Am I the asshole for not getting my girlfriend any food? TLDR GF upset because I drove us home after she wouldn't make a decision. Preface: I was really tired from not sleeping the day prior. Me M29 and my GFF 28 were laying in bed when I got a craving for ice cream. I told my GF and she mentioned that she was hungry, so we decided to go to somewhere that served food and ice cream. We get in the car and the convo goes a bit like this. Me: where do you want to go? GF: you pick. I'm not picking. Me: do you want Culver's or McDonald's? GF: either is fine with me, but I'm not picking. At this point we are pulling by Culver's, so I decide to just pull in and was a bit frustrated from the lack of sleep and her not having any input. Me: do you want to go through drive-through or eat inside? GF: I'm not picking. Me: can you please pick one? GF: no, I'm not picking. Me: pick, inside, outside, or I'll just drive back home. GF: fine, drive back home. Me: okay. So I ended up driving back home, and when we arrived she left to her house. We don't currently live together because she was upset that I drove back home without any food. She claims I threatened her to make a decision because I said we would go home if she didn't choose between eating inside or drive-through. Am I the asshole for going back home? Info: why was it so important to you that your girlfriend make these decisions? I mean, your primary reason for wanting to go out was because you wanted ice cream, and yet apparently then skipped getting yourself ice cream once you got there because neither of you was willing to make a decision about whether to go inside or use the drive-through. Aren't you both a little old for such silliness? Esh. ESH: you both sound like 5-year-olds bickering over nothing. You both sound like a lot of work, and I pity anyone who ever goes out with you. ESH: a bunch of children that cannot collaborate. Why couldn't you make a decision? Esh. Info: have you been having problems recently with one of you not planning dates or changing plans a lot? Seems like one of you is trying to make a point and it's probably her, since you didn't include that information. Either way, you both need to learn to make benign decisions. ESH: pretty amazing to see couples close to their 30s still struggling with basic communication. Info: this is really weird. You are the one who wanted ice cream. Why was it important your girlfriend make those choices? If she'll throw a fit if you make the wrong choice and not read her mind, then NTA. If you just didn't want to make the decision because you were tired, then YTA. Should have just picked one. ESH: you wanted ice cream, why didn't you get ice cream? You wanted her to pick for you while you are saying she wanted you to pick for her. Very childish. Are you sure you are 29? Info: why was it so desperately important that your GF pick? Because your GF's response is giving me "I'm sick of being asked this" vibes, but at the same time you're giving "I'm not having this argument again" vibes. There's definitely something missing here. Either you've complained about her choices before, so now she's on strike, so to speak, or you've recently confronted her about her inability to decide and now she's taking it out on you. Maybe I'm not as close to burnout as everyone else, but I don't get this absolute inability to make choices on food. When I'm hungry, I know what I want. I want food. I can either or my way through a situation. Why didn't you just do what you wanted to do? Surely there's the easy way and the slightly more involved way. For most people the easy way is the drive-through, but whatever. Kinda sounds like the real reason you both can't choose is because someone is worried they are gonna choose wrong and start a fight. Is this what usually happens? Really crazy to get out of bed when you're tired and drive off in pursuit of ice cream food. Even crazier, to drive back home without the above, faced with rolling eyes, waste of time, energy, petrol, and everything else. Grow up. Ask yourself something: do you really need your girlfriend to decide for you whether to use a drive-through or go inside? Maybe she's just sick and tired of having to make every decision for you, lol. You're both too old for this. But you especially. Because she was communicating. She said she didn't care. That's communication. Sometimes when someone is tired or burnt out, they really don't care. Info: how often does she have to make the decisions in the relationship? How much is she emotionally, mentally, and physically responsible for? Because let tell you, as the person who does most of the work in my relationship, sometimes the thought of just making one more fucking decision drives me up the wall. Esh. You're mad because she refused to make a decision, but you're guilty of the same thing. Esh. You both are incredibly childish. This interaction sounds pointless and exhausting. Esh. You're both annoying. Esh. Sounds like you were both too tired to want to make decisions, and instead of flipping a coin you decided to make each other miserable. Is she neurodivergent, ADHD, dyslexia, autism, etc.? Neurodivergent individuals can be mentally overwhelmed when presented with options, and decline to choose because they are a bit burnt out and need recovery time, particularly if they have had a mentally taxing day. Esh. You thoroughly deserve each other. The rest of the world thanks you both for saving it from dating either of you. Esh. Did you purposely fake that age so people will take you seriously? You both sounds like children. My SO can't make a decision to save our life. It's okay to just decide for her. Don't make a conflict out of it. Trivial decisions are hard for some. You are the one that wanted ice cream. You didn't get ice cream. You're still the asshole. Esh. Should have just gone inside. There, I picked for you. Communication is not strong with this couple. GF sounds annoying, but you wanted ice cream, right? But you left without it. Why? Wanted to be the martyr? Passive-aggressive much? You're the asshole. Why exactly did she need to pick? You didn't pick either and she was just tagging along for the ride. You're the asshole, but you were tired and likely more grumpy because of it. When I'm exhausted, I don't want to be hounded with questions either. Some days questions are just off the table. You both might have been in that state. Sorry, but what part of I'm not picking do you not understand? It's not generous, it's outsourcing all decision making to the other person when you insist they make all decisions. I suspect here you outsource all decision making to your GF and she's sick of it. Next time she says I'm not picking, then believe her. Info: I was once like this, because the person I was with was basically nasty, and if anything was wrong with his food order, the temperature, the weight, the waitress, etc., it was my fault for choosing that place, and I'd get the blame. I got to the point of being terrified to make a decision, something I still struggle with now. So, are you like that, at all? I have also been so mentally burnt out that I have been incapable of making decisions. Was she like that? Until then, you're the asshole for not just choosing one when she clearly didn't care, and said so very plainly. Esh. I understand your frustration, but you wanted ice cream and she wanted to tag along for some food. You acted as much like a baby for not making a decision as she did. You wanted to go out, she said she was fine with whatever. You should have owned the decision, unless she's got a habit of saying fine and then not being fine, which is a different problem. You're the asshole for setting her up to fail and then being grumpy about it when she decided not to play your game. What part of you pick was confusing to you? You're the